I think it's time for the next chapter, the last chapter of Black Myth Wukong. Chapter 6, unfinished. Dear God. The game feels unfinished. There is at least one thing I need to do before we finish this chapter. But we'll get there when we get there. Oh, is this Mount Wagwo or whatever? The Monkey Mountain?
那老猴子好不好，都在花果山顶上等着呢，不用忙慌。咱们按他吩咐把5根收归来，只待他拿出第6根，齐了。猫脚头的亡人。
What wretches?
你瞧，我就知那老东西定是藏了什么话没讲。 不然，那群天上的老爷们怎的又来这山中做号了？
What is he talking about?
定是因为你了。
Are the giants coming?
真是难呐。
Okay, so the Celestial Court is coming after me now.
老朱这辈子。
Hound Soldier. Bright helm with shining armor paired, golden spear with carvings flared. With the universe's mystic power grand, all is cleansed in the sacred land. The story continues with the soul that escaped the underworld, now ascending to the upper realm, filled with excitement. What story? What story continues? He followed the Celestial Captain through alleys and corridors, eventually arriving at the armory. The captain said these are 2x armors unmatched in the mortal world. He then selected a set and handed it to the soul. They proceeded to the side hall, but instead of entering the main hall, they went to a side chamber where a minor official handed them a contract instructing the soul to sign and seal it. The minor official indifferently warned, by signing this contract you agree to serve in the Celestial Court forever, with no chance of reincarnation. The soul, glancing around at the grandeur of the palace and the elegance of the celestial being, signed and sealed the contract immediately. The Celestial Captain then led the soul to Tushita Palace. Again, they did not enter... Sorry, hold on. Did not enter the main hall, but turned through the corridor to a massive tower at the back. Thick black smoke billowed from the top, and many soldiers were waiting outside holding armor ready to enter. As the soul stepped inside, he felt the scorching heat. Numerous furnaces blazed with fierce flames, and a giant cauldron hung above, melting copper and iron. A Taoist boy with a fan approached, smiling. Celestial soldier, heed my plea. Your flesh is gone, your soul must be. Bound to armor, fierce and bold. In battles fought, be brave yet hold. For if you falter, heed this call. Your very soul shall perish, fall. With that, the boy pushed the soul into a mold, arranging the armor pieces. Still bewildered, the soul saw the giant cauldron tilt above him, pouring boiling molten metal. His piercing screams echoed through the tower. Jackal Soldier. The mighty general, like thunderclouds, descends with lightning to the mortal crowds. In battles fierce both sides contend, life was hard and hardships transcend. The newly forged soul, having barely accustomed to his armors yet, heard that the Jade Emperor in his fury had dispatched 100,000 celestial soldiers to descend and subdue Yao Guai's. Fearing that he was not yet skilled with his weapon, the Celestial Captain gave him an iron bow and instructed him to stay at the rear and shoot arrows. Descending to the mortal realm with the others, he saw banners flying and weapons gleaming. 18 celestial nets covered the mountains, and it seemed all celestial beings, be their constellation officers or admiral, had to come out and surround the area tight. The battle raged with relentless fury. Sand and stones whirling through the air, the sky and earth darkened as dust and debris filled the universe. The newly recruited celestial soldier had barely fought when a powerful force stunned him. When he awoke, he found himself in the front of a tower behind the Tushita Palace corridor. 2 Taoist boys were carrying him inside. A Taoist boy greeted him with a smile. Luckily, your armor isn't ruined, or you couldn't be healed. As he spoke, the boy pushed him into a mold, arranged the armor pieces, and poured boiling metal over him again. Emerging from the quenching pool, a lightning flash sent him back to the battlefield. Dazed and still in pain, the new soldier stood on the battlefield unsure of which celestial deity had struck him again with a golden wave, and he found himself once more in front of the Tushita Palace Tower. After that, he was burned, drowned, and shocked, but each time his armor remained whole. Hence, he was reforged and sent back to the battlefield again. Unbearable, he grabbed a weapon from the ground, finally resolving that he could not suffer alone. Rebelling against the celestial court seemed to be the only way out. Captain of the Court. Captain of the Court. Immortal rights bestow eternal life, a body forged in steel free from strife. Though sorrow lingers, pain remains, in cycles of rebirth, truth regains. Continuing from the previous story, the soul had been a celestial soldier for 1,000 years and had risen through the ranks to become a captain of the court. Despite his promotion, he felt lost and uncertain. In life, he had not attained enlightenment, and as a celestial soldier, the highest rank he could achieve was that of a captain. Many former celestial captains, in an attempt to change their fate, had fled to the mortal realm, only to be hunted down and killed, their souls dissipating with no chance of reincarnation. This time, upon hearing of upheaval at Mount Huaguo, Celestial Court dispatched celestial soldiers to the mortal realm. Missing one head count, the celestial captain received orders to select a soul from the underworld. He approached the judge and saw the 3 kneeling souls. He chose the one who had practiced Taoism and brought him out of the underworld. The soul, seeing the celestial captain's gleaming armor, the cold edge of his blade, and the intricately carved shield of solid iron, was excited. The celestial captain paused and asked something he wasn't supposed to. If you come with me today, you'll have no chance of reincarnation as a deity. The highest rank you can achieve is my position. Are you still willing to go? The soul replied, yes, I am willing. I don't know if there will be any other opportunities in reincarnation. I might go through countless cycles of rebirth only to suffer even more. Knowing that the soul would not change his mind, the celestial captain had to take him to the upper realm. Eagle Soldier. Immortals and mortals all shrouded in haze, trials must pass through life's winding maze. How many find wisdom, break free from the chain, escaping the cycles of suffering and pain? 3 men died on the same day, and their souls met in the underworld. Kneeling before the judge pointed to one soul and said, in life you were a thief, robbing and injuring others, bullying the innocent. Now I sentence you to the mountain of knives to atone for your sins. The man wailed, my kins burnt gold and silver paper ingots for me, and they could fill 10 storerooms. If you show mercy, all that wealth is yours. The judge remained unmoved, flicked his sleeve, and had the underworld soldiers take him away. The judge then pointed to the second soul and said, you shall be reborn as a human. The soul protested, I diligently practiced Buddhism, did many good deeds, and never harmed any living being. Why must I endure the suffering of a reincarnation? The judge replied, a human may see 100 springs, but the grass knows only one. Being reborn as a human is already a privilege. Do you wish to be reborn as a beast? The soul was displeased and said, life as a human is arduous. I practice Buddhism, and it should grant me escape. The judge snorted coldly, today Bodhisattva Kishidigarva is not here. Whether you escape or not is up to you. He flicked his sleeve, and the underworld soldiers took him away. Finally, the judge pointed to the last soul and said, in life you stole mind cores and made pills which harmed lives. Now I sentence you to the pool of blood to cleanse your sins before you can reincarnate. Just as he was about to go to the underworld soldiers to have the underworld soldiers take him away, a celestial captain in golden armor flashed into the hall, threw a military order on the table, and said, he has attained profound enlightenment. This is a summons from the celestial court. The admiral has sent me to escort him to become a celestial soldier. Hearing this, the soul was overjoyed and quickly followed the celestial general out. I am so ready to just be done with this. Alrighty. Did we get any new crafting or anything? We did. Bishui Beast Staff. Critical hit chance is up, so that means it can theoretically make stronger. Visionary Centipede Staff. Poison State. Staff Blazing Karma. More defense. This does damage over time. I will have to look at like what is considered to be the best armor. Holy smokes. I mean, it gives you so much defense, but it disables perfect dodge, which is a bummer. So I can only wear 2 pieces of this. So what are the biggest increases? Probably this. So I can do 2 Yaksha pieces. I mean... yeah, I think that's the logic. Okay. And this gives me really good pillar stance, I guess. Which synergizes with the staff I use. Oh, yeah, I need to go back to the Rui scroll and upgrade a bunch of stuff. I think the long brew is probably the best one. Ezra says, hello, Toaster. Bless you for enduring this for so long. You're welcome. I'm doing my best. It'll be fine, hopefully. Wait, these are the only ones I can upgrade? What the fuck? I thought I could upgrade the... what? I'm so confused. If I can't... wait, hold on. I'm so confused. Okay, look at this. Hold on. Brew. What are all of... oh, is this just... this can't be upgraded. That's the soak. Oh, I see. Okay, alright, I just want to make sure that I understand what's happening here. Hi, Blue. Okay, so I can't upgrade any other gourds. What was the point of getting all the rest of the gourds if I can't fucking upgrade them? What's the fucking point? There's even more gourds, but they're not going to be helpful. That's a really good soak. I still can't upgrade any of the new gourds. You've got to be joking. Okay, well. They're all just useless, I guess. We'll just use the base gourd the whole game. Travel back to Mount Huaguo. Wasn't there... Wait, was there something I wanted to do? Oh, yeah. We'll deal with this later. I want to keep going in case I do get more stuff, like Sloth said last night, but we'll have to see. Because I think this is probably just going to be the best equipment, so it's like whatever. Oh, I went backwards. Oops. First boss fight? Yep.
唉，造化地了，是条绝路。你这高黑状的沙才，我不去找你就罢了，你倒敢来找我！若论夺手段，你今日就该死了。
Supreme Inspector. I think this is the boss I missed in an earlier chapter. Okay. If you dodge early, you dodge into it. Smart. Oh, oops. I was robbed. Okay. Nope. Oh, it stole my... Oh, sneeze. Okay. Oh, it's hard to fight bosses when I'm sneezing. Oh. Ouch. Sure. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. We're fine. What? Invincibility frames. I'm not really that threatened right now. Even with the status increase from being, or the damage increase from being electrocuted, not really that scary. There we go. Cool design, though. Oh, I got the cloud now. I'm just like Goku. Ooh, that volumetric rendering is really bad.
是师兄的筋斗云嘞！我正愁该如何捞你，不期这云倒是乖滑，想是他在这山间云雾里躲藏了多年，感应到你的五根，记起旧主人，恰巧救你一命。他既认得你，倒不如先使唤使唤他。我虽能化风，可驮不动你的肉骨凡胎。天兵天将来了这许多，山里定有大事发生，我们且去瞧瞧。
Somersault Cloud. Okay. Sending the Aura of the Great Sage, the Somersault Cloud is now willing to heed the Call of the Destined One. However, despite its ability for extensive travel, it can only be used within the territory of Mount Huaguo. Okay, so it's just a gimmick. That's fine. I have heard that this level is basically fucking empty and feels unfinished. Supreme Celestial Inspector. The mighty inspector, the Emperor's guard so grand, rides fiery wheels at the celestial gate to stand, upholding justice silent and stern with one steel whip, the souls burn. In the celestial court, it was well-known fact among the gods and Buddhas that Taiyi Thundercrap Supreme, also known as Supreme Inspector, was the Jade Emperor's most loyal enforcer. If his gaze was fixed upon someone, it spelled certain doom. Admiral Tan Peng, who was cast down to become a pig, served as a prime example. Once a prominent rising star, he vanished without a trace after the Supreme Inspector reported him. Initially, the Supreme Inspector did not have his current peculiar appearance. Though not as handsome as Tian Peng, he was at least presentable. Later, the Jade Emperor, in appreciation of the Inspector's impartial enforcement of his decrees, transformed the Inspector's head into the shape of his right hand, symbolizing that when the Inspector was present, it was as if the Jade Emperor himself was there. When deities encountered the Inspector, they respectfully greeted him and then quickly distanced themselves. They dared not engage in any high-spirited discussions in his presence, fearing that any mistake might be caught and reported. Although the Inspector had no close companions, he did have some interactions with an old god of very high rank in the Celestial Court, aside from the Jade Emperor. Thank you so much for subscribing, Dark Legion. Some of the immortals said that the Inspector willingly took on such a significant role. He deserved to endure this solitude. Every advantage came with a disadvantage. Others argued that the Inspector accepted this unappealing position precisely because he preferred not to socialize. Finding himself perfectly at ease and content in his role. Opinions were divided and no consensus was reached. As for what the Inspector truly thought, no one knew. Why is there another entry for bulking? I already read it. Oh, I read all of them, but it just didn't save. I got it. It just didn't save that I had read them all. I did that last episode, or last recording. Is there, like, any benefit to just going around? What are you? You're just an enemy, or are you a boss? Just an enemy. Okay. Is it this game's version of the Elden Ring hippos? Yaguai Chief, okay. Waterwood Beast. Fortune or misfortune, hard to foresee, blaming heaven and earth yet bound to be. Better to find joy in simple ways, ride the waves, await brighter days. Long ago there stood a camphor tree that had grown for 1,000 years, its branches lush and verdant. One day a natural disaster uprooted it, casting it into a river. Due to its immense size and weight, the narrow river could not bear the camphor tree, leaving it stranded. A few days later, the villagers planned to drag it away for lumber. Unexpectedly, the camphor tree began to stir, transforming into a colossal four-legged wooden beast that lurked in the water. From that time on, any craftsman with ill intentions who approached would be hurled into the water by the beast, striking fear into their hearts. However, when children came to play in the river, it never frightened them. Instead, it would occasionally use its wooden branches to rescue those in danger of drowning. Over time, the villagers grew accustomed to its presence and named it the Waterwood Beast. One year, a wandering Taoist passed through the area and heard about the Waterwood Beast. He called out from the riverbank, "Are you not weary of being confined here? There are many of your kind elsewhere. You should consider leaving." The Waterwood Beast remained unmoved, and 2 more years passed. Then, during a season of relentless heavy rain, the water's level rose even higher. The Waterwood Beast repeatedly battered against the riverbank, causing the villagers to flee to a neighboring village in fear. That night, the upstream riverbank gave way, flooding the downstream village. When the floodwaters finally receded, the villagers returned to find that the Waterwood Beast had vanished from the riverbed. I don't really know where to go. I'm just trying to explore to cover as much ground as possible so I don't miss anything useful. This area is fucking huge and fucking empty. Holy hell. There's goddamn nothing here. How about down here? Anything good? No. Not even allowed to, like, explore down here. It's just a hard no from the game. Okay, well. Put a cool area in a game, don't let me explore it. Good idea. The one explorable area in the game is a giant empty field. Genuinely filled with nothing. It's sad. It's just sad. It's just depressing. That's all. You know what I mean? He juked me. Alright, that should have been a parry. I don't... Oh. What are you? I'll fight you. What up, girl? How you doing? Oh, well. Great. I'm not actually able to fight this thing? What's a girl gotta do to fight this thing? It literally was just like, no. Okay. Do I just have to bug it enough that it leaves? How's this work? There's that guy over there too. I want to see what they're about. What are you about? Can I fight you? Ow. Oh no. I feel like I'm gonna die getting stuck on terrain. Come on, get over here, dingus. Oh, controller died. Son of Stones, a young stone dwelling by mountainside, from deep within where wonders hide, with hidden gifts that brightly gleam, pure nature's charm within its dreams. According to celestial laws, mountain deities are forbidden from leaving their designated mountains without just cause. Thanks for following, Fire Golza. Should they be found wandering without reason, they would be dismissed and subjected to interrogation. Before the Son of Stones had come of age and was unable to assume the role of mountain deity, the Mother of Stones was bound to remain at Yellowwind Ridge. She had no choice but to send him alone to search for his father. Fearing for her son's safety on his journey, the Mother of Stones transferred a considerable portion of her stone essence to him before allowing him to depart. Unfortunately, as soon as the Son of Stones sent out, he went in the opposite direction of his father. His father headed west, while he went east, eventually arriving at Mount Huaguo. At first, he diligently searched every mountain he came upon for signs of his father. Should he find none, he would proceed to the next. Yet the charm and fascination of Mount Huaguo enticed him to stay. If queried about his greatest delight, it would certainly be the cricket known as Fengtail General. Daily, he would sit upon the mountain watching the cricket's soaring leaps and thudding landings, applauding with great pleasure. Gradually, he forgot entirely about his quest to find his father. Alright, I don't need to fight the wood water beasts. They don't give me anything. So there's just no benefit to it. I'm stunned by how empty this place is. Like, truly, it's kind of remarkable. Alright, here we go. Oh my god. There are ads for this fight? You've got to be kidding. Alright, we're gonna deal with... Oh my god. How many of them are there? Dear lord. Just kill me now. I also don't have any mana or anything. I like that their idea of like, how do we make a ribbit fight more interesting? Oh, we just make it more annoying. Okay. Sure, we let them fight each other. Okay. There we go. That'll make it easier for me when I just have to focus on the frog. Oh, I can't switch in combat, I guess. Wow. Jesus Christ. So the gimmick of this fight is you just can't hit him for half the fight. Am I understanding this correctly? Like he's covered in mud, so he can't be hit, and I have to wait for him to do an attack that expends the mud. Yep, this one. Nope, not this one. Come on, dude. There we go. That's the one. That is like remarkably annoying boss design. Okay, let's not die to him roaring, I guess. What? I was on the pillar. You've got to be fucking kidding me. The tongue hitbox is so bad. It's been so bad since the start of the game. Hi, Crimson. Okay, well, I'll fight him with duplicates and it'll be fine. This game is stinky garbage, but it's fine. I am kind of stunned by how empty this area is, though. That is, like, shocking to me. Alright, so I can't even hit it right now, so there's, now I can hit it. There we go. Buck of many. Just get as many of them as possible in here. Very good. Wait, are the Celestial Soldiers just not here this time? Why? What is up with this fight being inconsistent? That's crazy. Also, did he just track me like halfway across the battlefield with that attack? Okay. Can you just for 1 second just not be super fucking annoying? You've seriously got to be joking about that. The tongue is like down below me, nowhere near me. Manages to grab me. Awful hitbox. What a waste. Yep. Now he does this, and we just kind of have to wait. You just have to outlast it, I guess. Yep. Just do your attack that makes it go away. Come on, get rid of that shit. It's so annoying. How many times do I have to hit you? There we go. Heal. Lightning strike. Okay. Again, tongue wasn't even on the same plane as I was. Okay, and back to this. Just gonna keep trying to hit it to make it... Okay, can't even parry it out of it. What do I gotta do to get this fucker to turn? Okay. There we go. That's good. Okay, that wasn't the move. That's fine. Oh my god. Take the mud off, please. Oh my god, this boss fight is so boring. Did he really dodge through that? Are you fucking kidding me? This is so irritating. This is seriously the worst boss in the game so far. Holy fuck. Okay, finally, he's hittable. Dear God. It was absurdly irritating. Hi, Ghostly Goat. Long ba ba. In Fairy Mountains, fate decides my stay. By nature's flow, I turn to stone each day. Seeking truth with purpose, unaware of the length, with steadfast heart, I carve my path, my strength. Long ago, there was a Taoist who dedicated his life to capturing Yao Guais. During one encounter with the frog Guai, he traveled far and wide seeking their traces. Along the way, he gained many opportunities and became a highly skilled Taoist. He also came to understanding that all beings had their own ways of survival and were no longer obsessed over capturing Yao Guais. Instead, he grew curious about their lives. All beings had their own ways of survival and were no longer obsessed over capturing Yao Guais. I think it's meant to say, it used the plural were instead of was. One day, as he passed by Mount Huaguo, he was captivated by the beautiful scenery and decided to release the tadpole that had accompanied him on his journey back to the mountain stream. Unexpectedly, as soon as he let the frog Guai go, several bolts of lightning struck down, revealing a group of armored celestial soldiers. The Taoist thought he had caused some trouble and was about to apologize when the celestial soldiers attacked him without a word. He quickly drew his sword to defend himself, but was gradually overwhelmed by their numbers. Just as he went about to be seriously injured, a large stone frog leaped from the riverbank. Unafraid of the flashing blades and even the lightning summoned by the soldiers, the stone frog helped the Taoist fend off his opponents. The Taoist approached the riverbank and realized that the little frog Guai he had released had brought the stone frog to rescue him. He was deeply grateful. From that day on, the Taoist no longer aspired to become immortal. Instead, he frequently visited the frog Guais, asking them for tadpoles to release into various beautiful mountains and rivers. People began to call him the frog immortal. So, this is a really good example of like why the lore isn't good. Is that unafraid of the flashing blades and even the lightning summoned by the soldiers, the stone frog helped the Taoists fend off the opponents. This would be really great information to get ahead of this fight, so we can interface with the game and go, oh my god, okay, so the frog Guai is immune to, you know, like he has some sort of mechanic that makes it so you can't hit him, so physical attack, like regular physical attacks won't work, and he's not weak to lightning because he's not afraid of lightning. So maybe don't use lightning builds for him, right? That's how you do cool, interesting, valuable, useful lore. You don't just give it after the boss fight and then it's completely irrelevant and unhelpful. That's not how you're supposed to do that. That doesn't make any sense. I might just teleport back to... Am I gonna take fall damage? Yep. Well, that's one way to teleport quickly, I suppose.